Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Suikoden 2 walkthrough. Alright, so we're in the headquarters and just gotta have a little scene here in the war room, I believe this is called. Okay, their shoe actually does say where the boat is at. And the good thing about doing this here is that it actually puts Amada, I think, in our convoy. Oh, now I'm super confused by what I'm kind of doing right now, to be honest. I know at this point I wanted to go and recruit Ulan, and I do know that the only way to actually do that is to only have females in your party, and I think it actually counts the characters that are in your convoy too. So being that Amada and Fitcher are in our convoy, that's a problem. So I'm really confused now, so I'm gonna have a little cut here in my video, and then yeah, I don't know what I did here. It looks like I reset my game and then I reloaded. So again, I'm not really sure what I was doing here. But anyways, at this point, I don't think I've got those two in my convoy. So I'm kind of curious to as to what happens. We're doing a little bit of doing a little problem solving at the moment. So what I'm actually going to do is run down to the well, what is this? The bar, I guess, and kick some people out of my party. Yeah, so obviously this is going to look a little wonky because I've already, got rid of these characters earlier. But and then if you notice there, I've got Amada was in my just regular party. So I'm kind of curious what actually happened with my footage here. I may have, and we'll find that out, but I may have actually sailed the ship over to Lake West and then back, because that's the only way, really, that you can get Fitcher and Amada out of the convoy. But that being said, it seems weird to me that I would cut that out, because there actually is footage there of doing that. So again, I'm really kind of curious as to what actually happened here, and I'm not sure. So we're gonna have to, I guess, sort of find that out. Alright, so here's Kuskus. Now, the NPC that we need to talk to recruit Olin is right here. Alright, lately some nasty scoundrels who only attack girls have been showing up. Once you actually talk to her, you need to leave town. And that will actually kind of trigger the event to happen on your next pass through town. So yeah, here we go. Looks like I realized that was the case. And alright, let's go back in. We'll talk to her probably one more time just for good measure. Yeah, okay. It just says the same thing. Okay, there's the bridge there, and here are the thugs. And then there's this guy just, I don't know, humps the main character from behind. Is that what that was? No. Obviously some sort of back attack, sneak attack. And then here I'll run Rex those chumps. Alright. What's your name? Bodyguard for hire. Alright, so Alana is actually a interesting character, sort of interesting character in the like war battles as well, or the skirmishes, or whatever you want to call them. She's got the bodyguard ability, so basically if you put her with anybody else, the other two characters can never be killed in combat, which is, it's not that useful, to be honest. Most of the combat is so disgustingly easy that it's just never really going to be an issue. unless you're, super unlucky. Now, she does have an amazing rune. I'm surprised they named it this, but it's the Angry Dragon rune. And it actually is, like I said, it's pretty amazing. It does really good damage. You can use it every turn if she's in the enraged status. And I think at level 33, her second rune spot opens up. And so basically, right at level 33, I put a Fury rune on her. And then that way, she can use that rune every single time in combat. And again, that's 2 times damage, so it is pretty amazing. So she will be pretty much a staple in my party from here on out. And the only kind of crummy thing about her is she's I shouldn't even say that. So she's a short-range character, but if you actually do put that Fury rune on her, and you want to use her rune, you can actually put her in the back row if you really wanted to, and just use that a rune every single time. But again, that actually does require you to have the Fury rune, because if you don't do that, you have to do some kind of tricky stuff. Like the main character does get basically a way to cast Berserk on everybody, but there's only a chance, so it's not all that reliable, and I don't like that method. So again, I really think that the Fury rune is the way to go with her. So anyways. That is her. I'm really curious as to what I actually did here, because I just don't know how I got Fitcher and Amada out of my party, out of the convoy. Because again, I actually think that those two matter, and I don't think you can have them in your... Actually, I know you can. Oh, I shouldn't even say that. Amada was already thrown out of the group basically right when this video started. So again, that kind of signals to me that we've actually already been to Lake West, but I don't know. We're gonna find out. Again, I'm still a bit of a mystery, and I actually don't have the answer quite yet. So we will see here in a bit. But all right, so looks like we're heading back to the castle here, and I assume we are going to I shouldn't assume anything. I have no idea what I plan on doing here. Elan has some interesting equip options too. So she is she's able to equip really heavy armor actually, and unfortunately though she can't use a shield. So again, there actually isn't a whole lot of characters now that I think about it that can even use a shield, but actually, there's a lot of different kind of like equipment. What would it be? Equipment groups. And yeah, I don't actually really know. I don't have a good way of describing what they are, why they decided certain people could use certain things. But like Ulan can use the heaviest armor and the heaviest shields in the game, but she can't use a shield. Or wait, did I say shield? She can use the heaviest helmets and the heaviest armor, but she can't use a shield. There you go. And then one thing is, I think she's got I want to say, is it power gloves? I think she's got power gloves equipped permanently. Which normally I don't really like that much, but whatever. It's a strength item, so it just helps her do more damage. Oh, that's weird. It looked like I could... It actually looked like I could equip her with something else there. Oh, that was strange. Because again, I think that's permanent on her. Maybe I'm wrong, and that's actually... or maybe you can actually take that off of her. That would be kind of crazy, but I actually don't think that that's the case. I could have... I could have swore that was a permanent equip for her. Yeah, it almost has to be, because, to be honest, I think that there's there's other items that I probably would have wanted to equip her with instead. So, anyways, yeah, it looks like we're just doing a ton of like inventory management stuff here, which is it's whatever. I guess it's got to get done. But here, there's our Fury rune. Again, unfortunately, though, we're not going to be able to equip that on Elen until she's level 33, which I think at this point we can't get to the Muse Matilda border, which is, you know, pretty unfortunate because that's a great place to level. Yeah, I'll just kind of leave it at that, but we'll eventually be able to get back there. That's I'm kind of curious here. It actually looks like I'm seriously considering using a lot of these characters for you know, maybe a grouping for a while, but see, I'd say that, and now I'm not so sure. Actually, yeah, no, to be honest, I actually didn't really use Rinna that much now that I think about it. I used Ellie for a very, very short amount of time, too. But, yeah, she didn't really, to be honest, she didn't last that long. I wasn't all that impressed with her. Rinna, actually, to be completely fair to her, is really good. She's eventually got a 3 rune slot, so to be completely honest, I think she's great. And I'm not really sure why I didn't use her more. Yeah, I guess it's just, you know, decided to use other people. Thanks, Captain Obvious. But, alright, so what are we doing here? Okay. Oh, I wonder if I was going to go recruit a guy in South Window. So there's a dude that's in South Window that you need a sacrificial Jizo, and what else do you need? You need I think it's a wind rune. Actually, wind rune is the last item that you need. The second item I think is a wooden shield. So we'll see. And I completely messed up his recruitment. It was really annoying how I did that, but we'll go over that a bit more once I actually do that. Once we actually see me failing hard. But yeah, actually, to be honest, this isn't too bad of a group right now. This is pretty solid. I like the ladies, so yeah, we'll probably roll around like this at least for a little bit. I really like Anita. It's the only real thing that kind of stinks about her. She gets her second rune slot so late. It's like 52, somewhere between 52 and 55. So I mean that's almost, I mean that's pretty much end of game. Which, you know, probably isn't the worst thing ever, to be honest. She's powerful enough the way it is. And then what I usually do is put a Fury rune on her, so that just makes her even more kind of crazy with that Falcon rune. And then on top of that, she can use a shield too, so she's just really good. Okay, yeah, so here's Adlai. This is the guy that you need to have those items for. And here's where I screw up. You need to throw this at him. The problem is I handed it to him, and what he does is if you don't throw that item to him, you actually restart the process of items. Now, I actually had thought that, I was like, oh man, I screwed this up. You know, I probably need to get, you know, all 3 of those items again, but I think all you need to do is get the next one. So like in my case, it's the sacrificial Jizo. And I think you can throw that item at him instead. It's just, if you keep handing him the items, he just keeps, you know, asking for the next item in the cycle. But if you throw it at him, that basically triggers him to actually join you. So, again, I actually messed this up, and I thought that I needed another set of 3 items. And, yeah, so I just, yeah, and that's what I'm doing now, is I'm going to actually go back to, going back to the castle to get a new wooden shield. So, I can't remember where I got that first one from, but I do know that Gengen has one, and I never took it off of him, so I'm sure he's still got it. So I think that's the plan here. So I'm going to go back to the castle and steal that off of him. But again, I actually didn't need it, and I think that I could have thrown the next sacrificial Jizo at him. Jizo, God. I don't even know what or how that word is supposed to be pronounced, but I like to say Jizo because it sounds less inappropriate, but I also don't mind being inappropriate, so sometimes we'll say Jizo, because why not? Because maturity wins. Alright. Anyways. Okay. Yep. This is the, kick somebody out to get Gengen in here for a minute, and then we'll rob him and throw him out too. Which again, I actually didn't need to do this. Poor Gengen is not going to have a shield for the rest of the game. I never did put a new one on him, poor feller. That's okay, I never used him in combat anyway. He actually does have a unite attack with one of the... Yeah, actually there. I just noticed Ulan is... she does have those the power gloves, I think it is on her permanently. Actually, so the one other thing I wanted to mention is that Ulan, as you rank up her weapon, there's a point where it gets to, like, I think level 11, which is, to be fair, it's a long ways off yet, but it jumps in power just... It's crazy. And unfortunately, there's a long period of time where that's the maximum level of weapons that you can get, and so she just outclasses everybody by a lot for a long time. And then in the like 12, 13, 14 range, that's when other characters' weapons really start to jump up. And so again, she's solid throughout the entire game, but there's even some points where she's just insane. And again, especially once she hits that level 33, and you can stick a Fury Rune on her, she's crazy good. So again, she's pretty much going to be a staple in my party from here on out. Anita, I used Anita for quite a bit of time. Obviously, Nanami too. Nanami was with me almost my entire game. I absolutely love her. And trying to think of who else I really used a lot of. Kind of drawing a blank now. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We will see. And I don't really want to like give too many spoilers. Normally, I don't really care that much, but all right. There's a medicine rune. That was, I don't know. I think they're kind of junk. Technically, actually, they could be good. So I'll be honest, they could be really good. But I always have a problem with not using rune spots for like super offensive oriented stuff. So what I mean by that is basically any time I can possibly equip an offensive rune, I do that. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of keep it at that. But okay, I think we're good, right? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Wow, so I can't believe I've spent so much time. I actually kind of feel really bad about this now. This video has been mostly me running around trying to recruit Adlai, one of the most worthless characters in the entire game. Technically, he does put the elevator in the castle, so I guess that's cool, but it just feels bad that I messed up his recruitment so bad. And to be honest, I didn't know, that I didn't need to collect a whole third set. And again, had I just been a little bit slower when I handed that original wind rune to him, I could have just avoided all of this. So, anyways, all right. So we got Ellie equipped with some. What is she? She has the wind and the water rune. I'll be honest, I don't really like that wind rune. I think a lightning rune is a lot more useful. And especially because I've already got a water crystal. So yeah, it looks like I'm actually gonna just yank that back off. Unless I missed something, right? Yeah, no, that's what we did. So yeah, I use a lot of magic, or when I use magic, it's normally on boss fights. And, you know, usually boss fights are, or I should say there aren't a whole lot of boss fights where there's, like, multiple targets or multiple enemies. You know, normally you're just fighting one boss. And so, again, I think that lightning rune is pretty great for those. So, that's my rationale for sticking to that instead of that wind rune. But here he is again. Now, if you notice here, I could have, it was crazy fast, but I could have thrown that at him, which would have, and here you go, I could have thrown the wooden shield at him too. But again, I didn't actually notice that. And then here we're just throwing that. Okay, it's good to see, good for you to stand up for yourself. Okay. So there he is. Adlai joins the group. So, oh my gosh, I just cannot believe how long this took me to do that. To be fair, it was mostly, you know, backtracking and collecting another set, so. Okay. Oh, God. Let's get out of here. I feel like we're not going to get the answer to my riddle as to what I did to get Fitcher and Amada out of my convoy. Oh, here I say that, and then we're heading towards the dock. So we'll see. Oh, no! Ah! Oh, we were so close. I felt like it was coming. We were gonna know. Oh, I know what I did. Here's the scene from the start of the video. So I loaded an old save, I think. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, okay. The mystery is solved. So that little bit of video there at the very beginning of the video there, or I should say the clip at the very beginning of the video, actually happens after this. So what happened there was I saved my game and you know, went to or started the event, and then I went, oh wait, those guys are joining my convoy now, so now I need to reset my game to make sure that they're not in the convoy so I can go recruit Olan. So that's what happened. Okay, well, mystery solved, so I kind of apologize. That means sort of that my footage is not quite in the right order. So yeah, that little, like, first, what was that, a minute maybe long clip at the very beginning there where Amada and Fitcher joined the convoy will actually technically hasn't happened yet, so we'll kind of do that now. Oh yeah, and so it actually looks like you do need to bring Amada in here. Excuse me, which is why he was in my actual group, so it looks like I'm going to have to go do that again. We'll go grab him, put him back in the group, and then he'll be bumped into the convoy along with Fitcher so that we can go to Lake West. So, again, mystery solved. Kind of strange, but it is what it is. It looks like we're going to maybe go try to recruit somebody else before we actually do that, though. So I'm trying to think of who else I would even be able to recruit. I can't remember if we already got Richmond, I think, in the last video. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what this would be. Oh, short of if I didn't. Oh yeah, I know what happened. I think this is. I'm gonna take a stab here and say that I need to go grab Taiho and Yamku. And reason again is I had to reset my game at a certain point. And so what I did, oh no, they're not here. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so I just got confused. But this did happen. So actually what happened there was I went out and did a bunch of stuff, got Taiho, Yamku, came back, and I think Fitcher and Amada were in my group, or in the convoy, and then I was like, ugh, I forgot. I should have, you know, got Ulan, and then I reset my game. And I wasn't sure, like, what I had done and what I didn't do. And so that's why I headed up to Cuscus there. Because I thought that I hadn't, you know, recruited Taiho and Yamku yet. But obviously I did. And all I need to do here is put Amada back into the group to kind of trigger the events to kind of progress. And, again, you know, get them... get them back into the group so that we can go to Lake West. So yeah, let's kick. Sorry, Hannah. You're too bland. Hannah actually could be good, or could have been good, if she would have at least got one more rune spot. But I think, again, if I'm remembering correctly, I think she only gets one rune slot in the entire game, which just, you know, makes her junk tier. And, yeah, just... It's a shame, too, because I think she's another one of those characters that can actually equip a shield, so... I kind of have a... well, I mean, you just get more defense, right, when you can actually equip a shield, so I generally like the characters that get shields. But, yeah, she just... unfortunately ends up being junk. She's completely outclassed by someone like Anita, you know, that has a really good rune, has an open rune slot eventually, and basically, you know, gets the same gear. So, again, it's unfortunate for poor Hannah, but palindrome or not, she's junk. So, alright, anyways, let's decide what we want to go with here. Oh, maybe Humphrey, huh? Yep, he's going to make it back in. Alright. Gonna share the ladies with... Alright, anyways, I'm out of time. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.